What's going on, guys? D. Anthony here with Evolution Traders. In this video, we're going to go over the trade setup that I took this morning that netted over $600 on two mini contracts. Now, for those of you guys who are new to the channel, my name is D. Anthony with Evolution Traders. I'm a full-time options trader as well as prop firm futures trader. Now, I trade futures between 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is about an hour into the pre-market, just before the market open on New York session, until around New York lunch hour. Now, disregard what's going on to the right of the screen here. This catastrophic, fall from grace here, all of this madness that's going on. I'm going to make another video about what just happened here in the market. This video here is to kind of outline the strategy that I used this morning to take that trade, which you guys can kind of look at on a day in and day out basis. Now, I tend to trade between 5:30 and 6:30 and 6:30, 7:30, 7:30 and 8:30. Those are my time slots where I like to take the most of my trades, because starting around 5:30 in the pre-market, generally either we get some headlines, we get some news, you get some type of market movement. So I kind of like that slower pace sometimes to kind of ease into some trade setups. Now you're going to see here we had a fantastic 20 SMA play that sets up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Now, if you notice here, this 5:30 a.m. candle closes over the 20 SMA. The 200 as well as the 20 period moving average were very, very tight. They're very flat. They're very tight together. Price wasn't really doing anything until we kind of broke out and kind of cleared out this overnight session, kind of consolidation. Now, with this being said, what you're doing, what you're waiting for, because again, remember, in trading, you're always just kind of waiting for something to happen. What you're waiting for is this candle to close. This is your reason why candle. The reason why we're taking the trade is a close over the 20 SMA that's taking out, right, overnight session consolidation. Now, once we get the candle to close, you're looking for a following candle to confirm the reason why's high wick. Now, we're not waiting for the following candle to close and then entering. We're entering in as soon as price takes out the reason why's high. This is where you're jumping into the trade, 5:35 a.m. Now, I'm going to be very, very honest. I only stayed in this trade for what seemed like a few minutes. It wasn't really that much of a big move. I didn't catch the move all the way up to the top. Again, the odds of you catching a trade from start to finish and being completely perfect are slim to none. Okay, will it happen sometimes? Sure, maybe. But, in this particular case, I'm looking at a 31 point range candle. Okay, so the reason why candle from high to low is a 31 point range. I'm just looking to get in here, make 10, 15, 20 points. If I can take half of the range, I'm happy. Get in, get green, get the heck out. I sold on this candle here, the 545 candle. As soon as we broke the previous little candle here and started to push up, I just quickly sold out. Okay, that was it. I didn't hold it to the close. I didn't catch this one. I didn't catch this one. I didn't catch this one. I just got in, got green, got the heck out. And truth be told, that was the only trade on the future side that I took today. Because, it doesn't really matter to me at that point what the market does on the open. I mean, I would have loved to be a part of this move. Again, like I said, I'll make another video talking about this here. But, there was another long setup here. There was obviously the short setup here. There was obviously a short setup here. But what I want you guys to start conditioning yourselves to do is when you take a trade, regardless of the time of day that you're taking a trade, if you manage to scrape off a couple $100 or $100 or $300 off of a trade, don't feel that you need to continue to trade. So many traders feel that, well, I won this trade. If I just take another, I'm going to make more money. And what tends to happen is in the game of trading, it's all about probabilities. Even though you're following your strategy, you're following the edge, you're trying to stay on the right side of the trend. Sometimes trades just don't work out, right? And when they don't work out, that tends to put traders on edge, on tilt. They made $200. They just gave back $300. Now they're negative $100. They want to start looking for that next trade. They start oversizing on the next trade to try to get it back. And it just turns into a spiral effect of bad decision making. You need to form good habits each and every single day. What's your max daily loss? How much are you looking to stop out on? You know, if you're over $100 or you're over $200, is that going to make you stop trading, or are you going to continue to be a fool and continue to trade? You know, what is your max pain per trade, right? Are you going to risk $500 per trade? Are you going to risk $200 per trade? Are you going to give up 10 points? Are you going to give up 20 points? What is your strategy calling for? You know, if let's say, for example, you get into a trade and it's, you know, the range on where your stop loss should be placed is more than you want to risk. Well, then it does not mean that you continue to take that trade anyways. It means that you let that trade go. There's always going to be another trade. There would not be day traders in the market if the market wasn't giving setups each and every single day. Now, mind you, is every single day created equal? Are you always going to have amazing moves? No. Are some days the move's going to be a little bit weaker than the others? Of course. Are some days the move's going to be a little bit more choppy than others? Of course. But it's up to you as the trader to identify when the market is really moving in your favor and when it's not, and being content with what the market is giving you. A lot of times traders are not content with what the market is giving them. They feel like they need to always be in an active trade, always searching and hunting for the trade. Instead of hunting for trades, we should let the trades come to us, okay? We should be hiding back in the weeds, allowing things to populate and formulate, and then we pounce, and then we attack, and then we strike, then we execute. We're not out there like scavengers looking for little bits and pieces and crumbs. We're waiting for good setups to happen. Again, I wanted to really focus the trade that I took because I can only really speak on the things that I do. Again, awesome trade here, amazing flush down here, great little scalper there. Again, with that being said, you know, there was multiple ways to trade the market. There was another breakout here over the overnight session highs. There was another failed move here with a topping inverse hammer candle that was put in right here. Could use this as a stop. Any confirmation below could use as that short position to ride down. So again, there was a lot of ways to trade the market today. You have to find what setups work for you. You have to find what you can identify as a trader. Now, again, make sure that you're trading the same amount of contracts per trade. Make sure that you're looking for the same couple of setups each and every single day and allowing these setups to come to you. Make sure you understand that if you are going to take this trade on a 31-point candle range, that depending on how much contracts in size you're putting on the table, that's how much you're going to lose. If you're trading one micro contract, you're going to lose around $60. If you're trading two, you're going to lose $120, so forth and so forth and so forth. Now, again, can you cut this stop loss in half? Sure, you can use the 20 SMA as a stop. You can use, you know, half of this bar as a stop. Again, I like to try to keep things simple. When I'm looking at this 31-point range, it's a little bit more range than I would like to give up. So my thought process is completely different. My thought process on a trade like this with a 31-point candle range is going to be, if I take this trade and I do manage to start going green immediately within 5 to 10 minutes, I have to take profits off, because the last thing that I'm going to do is wait for some fictitious, you know, one-to-one price target, hoping to get 30 points, even though it did pay the full one-to-one on the 30 points. But if I expect that to always happen, and let's say it goes up 10, 15 points and reverses and it stops me out for 30 points, I'm going to lose an account. I'm going to blow my funded account. I'm going to, you know, dig myself into an emotional hole that I don't want to be into. So when I take these trades, I'm already going into it with the thought process of, I'm taking large size, playing mini contracts. I just need to get in, and as long as it's working for me, I need to be thinking about taking profits as soon as I can. I hope this gives you guys an idea of what I was looking at this morning. Again, there's a lot of setups that happen in the overnight session. You see one here, you see one here, you see one here, you see one here. There's all these setups going on. I ignore everything until after 5:30. Okay, why 5:30? Because it's 1 hour before New York session. There's always news, there's always numbers, there's always something that starts to happen at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I will ignore everything else in the overnight session until 5:30. I like to trade between 5:30 PST to around 10:30 PST. Okay, that's my window. Now your window can be different. The majority of my trades are taken between 5:30 and around 7:30, but I'm actively looking at the charts until around 10:30. Okay, so was not really focused on charts when this happened. This is news related. Again, I'll have to make another video on this because this is an insane move. Market is down 250 points right now. We are trading at 18,124. Again, down almost 1.5% on the NASDAQ. This is not something to kind of shy away from. This is a very serious move here that is being put in on the NASDAQ. And again, if you kind of go over to the daily time frame, we've got some daily technical damage here being done to this daily time frame, and something to kind of really take note of. Again, I'm going to do a follow-up video on this move that happened into the close here. But again, if you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.